All right, let's talk about the Houston Texans here for a little bit. Obviously, exciting time. Regular season is getting closer and closer. And the Houston Texans, obviously a talented team, have a young, surprising rookie rising up the depth chart. This is great news for Houston. I'm Nick, and this is Saturday Morning Inspection. All right, we know the Texans. They're a good football team. They proved it last year, winning a division title, winning a playoff game. In fact, heading into 2024, there's a lot of momentum with D'Amico Ryan's squad. And now there's a surprising addition moving up the depth charts, becoming a starter potentially for Houston. Let's pull up this report. This is courtesy of Texans Wire. Kalen Bullock is expected to be a long-term piece for the Houston Texans secondary, entering a new era of football under D'Amico Ryans. Bullock, a third-round pick out of USC, worked in reps with the first-team defense on Wednesday prior to the joint practice with Los Angeles on Thursday. He's feeling comfortable sharing the field with Jimmy Ward when Jaylen Pitre plays down low in the slot. Kalen has been steady, Ryan said following Wednesday's practice. He's been making plays for us. He's been consistent throughout practice. He finds a way to get his hands on the ball every day in practice. So I'm excited about his growth and his development as a young safety in our system. He has a chance to be one of the better safeties that I've had a chance to work with, Ryan said. Now, that is obviously outstanding praise coming from a guy like D'Amico Ryans. Looks like the Houston Texans may have themselves a third-round steal potentially here in Kalen Bullock with what he's done so far. Miles, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this. But first, Houston Texans fans, in the comment section below, regular season almost here. So now's your chance. Give us your final prediction, win-loss record for the Houston Texans. Whatever you think it's going to be. You think it's going to be 14-3? You think it's going to be 10-7? Whatever it is, give us your final prediction right now in the comment section below. The Houston Texans win-loss record for the upcoming 2024 season. And while you're down there in the comment section below, make sure you go over to the description box as well to take a peek at our recommended book to get you ready for the upcoming season. It is Playmakers by Mike Florio. It's a really great read. Not just saying that because I bought the darn thing. Really enjoyable, really easy read. A lot of ins and outs of the National Football League. So make sure you check out our link again, description box below. Takes you right to Amazon if you want to buy the book. It helps us out. Doesn't cost you anything extra. But all right, Miles, I will throw it over to you now. What are your thoughts on this latest Texans news?
Yeah, Nick, I think this is really great news for the Texans. I really love that D'Amico Ryans is the one saying these things, especially saying that this is possibly one of the better safeties that he's worked with in his time. And as you alluded to, this is a guy, D'Amico Ryans, he's worked with a lot of really good safeties, especially over at the 49ers. They had a bevy of extremely talented players there. But I also want to pull and kind of touch on something a little bit different as well as why I think this is good. I think this is great. Like the beginning of the article said, this is a long-term play for the Texans. The Texans have two really solid safeties right now, but this depth, this is really important going for them forward because Jimmy Ward, he's been around for a while. He's got a lot of years under his belt. He's 33 years old for a safety. This is a guy that, he's probably not going to be around the league too much longer. So I think this is a great move for the future of this Texans team as well. I think Bullock could be one of the future safeties for this Texans team. So I think this was a great move, and I'm glad that they got, like you said, great value. This is a guy in the third round. This could be a big-time steal for the Texans, who, by all accounts, are one of the younger teams in the league right now. They have a lot of talented young players who are going to learn and grow together. And for this guy to be in the wings, kind of, not necessarily have his huge breakout, but really starting to look good, I think they could get this guy back for a bargain and help replace them because they're going to have to pay Stroud a boatload of money. They're going to have to pay these young, talented receivers a boatload of money going forward, especially Anderson as well at the edge, Stingley at corner. There's a lot of guys to pay. So if you can have a hidden gem on your roster that's working in, maybe doesn't get all of the shine early on, and you get them for a deal going for the future of this program, I think the beginning of this article is a big key here that this could be a great move for the future of this Texans team that is already really, really good.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said there, especially the fact you're looking at a guy in Jimmy Ward who is still a good player, can still get it done, but he's 33 years old plus, right? He has a lot less tread on the tires left in his very successful NFL career. So you got to look towards the future. And obviously, when you get someone up there in age like Ward. Injury concerns definitely come into factor. But I love the fact that having a guy emerge like Bullock here allows him to unleash Jaylen Pitre, who I think coming out of college to me was sort of he was a safety in name only, right? He was just a disruptive force for a smart defensive coach to use all over the place, like a chess piece, almost like a Tyrann Mathieu kind of guy who you basically line up all over the field just to cause havoc for opposing offenses. And they really haven't had, the Houston Texans really haven't had another safety to pair on the back end that will allow Jaylen Pitre to do what he does best, and that is just wreck offensive coordinators' days. And I think the emergence of Bullock is proof that Jaylen Pitre will also have kind of a breakout season as well. And I think that's another reason why DeMeco Ryans is so excited. But there's another point here to consider. If you go back to June, the first week of June, DeMeco Ryans came out and said, listen, we were really excited about Kalen Bullock. He's got the communication part down. He understands the mentals. He's off to a great start. And every time of the year during June, we do videos and stories talking about things like this all the time. And people sit there and say, it's June. Why does it matter? We hear that all the time in the comment section from virtually everybody, every fan base. The reality is young players who start strong usually continue to get better and better. And that's what we saw from Kalen Bullock early on, right? It's not a surprise that he's doing well. He was doing well coming right out of the draft in rookie mini camps, OTAs. By June, DeMeco Ryans was like, this guy is really smart. He's communicating well. The hardest parts of the game, he is all over already. And that now has led to where we are in August with him emerging as, I think he's a starter. I think they moved Jaylen Pitre into sort of, again, that do everything, that star kind of position you hear about in college football. Let him wreck offenses. Let him, let Jimmy Ward and let Bullock here do like this classic safety work. I think that's where the Houston Texans are heading. And I think it's great news that they've got this young playmaker emerging.